So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Freeman again, a first down carry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check, 47.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down.
56 to Mike, boy, 56.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 3rd down, Smith. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play there out of Kamara, 71 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
To throw is Breeze. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 8 on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is now 14-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
You ready? Check, check. Block 54. Block 54. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 40 now on second down. Breeze looking for his running back, and he's got it.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Breeze. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run it with Kamara. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, check. Hey, orbit.
Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, we're ready. 5-9. 54. 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really difficult task.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Ito Smith. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Haywood. Right there, 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. This is Harris. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Breeze. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Again, it's Smith. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A 1st down carry for Smith. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Switch up.
On 2nd down now, it's Smith. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Julio Jones with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. T.J. Watt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Smith. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
On the run, it's Smith. And an alley to run. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Kenyon Barner. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
No doubt we talking about offense right here. The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. From midfield, here's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Breeze now to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Smith. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
51, check.
To throw is Ryan. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Brees going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Brees. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll run it again with Smith. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. This is Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.